Hey there, everybody. This is another video for my little installment I like to call games I got from a pawn shop. Yeah, I actually got about 40 or 50 games, and I got it for under like 50, 60 bucks. Like I think I cost $70, and I got like buy one get one free, so I bought a whole crap load of games. So I mentioned that pawn shop in a previous episode. Again, I unfortunately don't think I can mention their name yet. I don't know how the whole YouTube mentioning dropping, like I know I can drop it like Capcom because Capcom has a channel and all this other type of fun stuff, but I don't know how much I can actually mention on the other sense. So unfortunately I'm up due to the fact that I'm waiting to hear from a certain the person who the owners of this building to talk to them about some problems I'm having. So I'm gonna be up for next little bit, and yeah. So this is one more installment, and for those that don't know, I the way I do these videos is very simple. I play a video game or watch a movie or watch an anime, get into a huge, like, I mean, I'll watch, like, for instance, I watched all season 3 of South Park last night, played the video game I'm mentioning and a couple other things all last night in the last couple weeks, last week or two, determining on how long the game is, and then as I'm just in between that point of being awake and asleep, I kick off a video. So this is a little installment of that little podcast that I do. And so the next game I'm gonna talk about, I'm kind of surprised this existed, and I never knew it was actually on the Xbox 360. Bully the Scholarship Edition. I actually would like to talk about Bully itself. And okay, I'm gonna talk to a friend of mine because a friend of mine does my little video. He puts the videos online, so I'm gonna talk to him about actually setting the naming this video. And I'd like to name, bully the game. The video game is okay. And the reason I'm saying that is because I remember when Bully first came out. I remember there was a whole bunch of people going, "Oh my God, it's a game about bullying! Oh, it's a game about bullying! Ah, ah." And I know we live in a day and age where actual humans bullying other human beings is bad, and I know people get upset about it. And it's kind of funny because the fact that you like people were like, "Oh, you play a bully, you play a bully, God, I'm turning into Harold Green from the Red Green. God, I'm showing my age. I'm talking about Red Green Show, but people would have these huge hissy fits about this game, and I remember people going, "Oh, well, it's a game about bullying. Anything about bullying is bugs people and gets people upset." And that's not the point of this game. And I'm gonna go talk about this game and kind of give my little tidbit on how it is. And to be honest, it's another Rockstar game, and Rockstar, I gotta say it, they are gods at doing probably some of the best sandbox games. If they're not the creators of the sandbox genre, they are definitely the originators of it because they're just amazing. Like absolutely amazing. And this game, you start off, the storyline is you play a kid named Jimmy Hawkins, which basically he's been expelled from every school. He's gotten in a lot of fights, gotten in a lot of trouble, over the years, and he's at his last school, and it's a school called Bulworth. And the second he gets to the school, the first thing that happens, he starts getting picked on. Like right off the hop, just kids coming after him. So basically, the entire game is about defending yourself, and this is what I always thought was funny. Majority of the game, up to a certain point, is defending yourself. Yes, you are not a saint in this game. Well, technically, you're not a saint in any bully game, to be honest. To be honest, you're not a saint in any. If you're ever a saint in any bully game, I'll be kind of surprised. But no, you are not a saint in this game. Not gonna lie, but for the majority of the game, you are trying to do the right thing. Yes, you do it in a bad way, but you are trying to do the right thing. So the first part of the game, you run into this guy named Gary, who's like this crazy guy. Actually, I don't know how many people noticed he actually was dressed up as a Nazi soldier. as a German soldier when they do the Halloween thing. I don't know if anyone noticed that. I noticed it right away. Uh, just because I saw the color and I'm like, oh yeah, I'm kind of a World War II historian type guy. I'm into World War II. I've done a lot of research on World War One, Two, and the Napoleonic War. So yeah, he's dressed up like that. This other kid named Petey, which everyone picks on, everyone treats like crap. And you basically join forces with these guys, and Gary says, oh, well, we'll conquer the school. We'll take on the school. We'll make the school better. So basically, he shows you the cliques. What are the cliques? Well, the cliques are traditional. Like, I mean, these are so traditional. Like, I don't know when this game's set, but I'm assuming it's set in between the 80s and the 90s. But it's like this traditional gangs. You got your geek gang, and they're kind of like all wear they all I think all of them wear green. I think only one of them from the geek squad wears blue. They all wear green. You got the jocks, which are like the top pick of the litter, which is so Revenge of the Nerd type of thing going on. And then you got this other group called the greasers, and the greasers are like the hey yo, they're stuck in the grease 50s, I every once in a while I think they're gonna like break out into like a doomba boomba that grease stupid grease movie. Oh god, I'm gonna get flamed. I made fun of Grease. Okay, I hate Grease. I'm just gonna get that on the open. I hate Grease so much. Uh, and it's not for the reasons I don't hate musicals. There are some musicals I like. I just hate Grease. I'm not gonna get into that. It's kind of like I hate Mamma Mia too, so that's all. It just something about those movies bug me, but I'll get to that way later in life maybe. I'll do a hate series. Yeah, that'll be fun. Hate, with Halloween and stuff. But anyway, you get to learn the clicks. Now, basically, you kind of do jobs for each click, and you're trying to like build yourself up as basically the head of the school. You're trying to basically, in a nutshell, stop everyone from fighting and kind of like in a way become king of the school, which is kind of a cool idea. I haven't really seen that in a video game very often where you play like the king of the school. You play like you're trying to build yourself up. So at first you fight this like first set of bullies, and they're all wearing white shirts. I guess they're basically like the poor kids. You fight the poor kids, and if you beat this Russell kid up in this like cool fight. By the way, the fighting in this is actually really solid. This is what bugged me about playing Red Dead, and this is actually after playing Bully, and then I played Red Dead not too long ago, and it's actually one of the reviews I did, and I'm like, wow, there was a cool fighting system. Why wasn't this fighting system put into Red Dead? Like at least a little bit of it. There's not that much really in Red Dead, but I know they're kind of going for a different idea for the game, so I guess I can understand. But it's like, yeah, that you can kind of see that there's this. So once you beat Russell, you actually get out of the school. Once you get out of the school, you can now like start exploring the town of Bulworth. And I gotta be honest, I love this town. Okay, the town environment is awesome. It sort of reminds me, actually, it kind of gives me a good throwback from the '80s movies Gremlins, and like kind of a little bit of Gremlins, a little bit of Goonies, kind of meshed into one city. And maybe I'd even go a little bit farther as saying West Side Story almost, because there's like a little bits and pieces of stuff, from different type of like different type of city environments. Like you got one area that kind of reminds me, the Greasers territory reminds me of like very gritty, almost like New York type area, and then you got like the rest of the city kind of reminds me a little bit of, like I said, it so reminds me of Gremlins. It's kind of funny how much it reminds me of Gremlins. Even though like there's other areas that just kind of like wow, it so has a Gremlins vibe. Like you can tell they took a lot of environment ideas from from movies like Gremlins, some '80s movies, and you open up this environment. It's a cool environment. Now you don't get the kick-ass cars and guns, but you do get other kid-friendly weapons. And I know that's kind of an odd thing to say, especially in this PC world. is kid friendly, but I guess they're kid friendly. You never actually, okay, first off, you never kill anybody. That's the first thing that's very not like Rockstar. You don't kill a single person. You can tease people, you can pick on them, you can even do some pretty. You can even give them chocolate swirlies, and you know, do a bunch of other stuff like throw a firecracker in a toilet and watch the toilets explode. But you can do a lot of these practical joke stuff, but you really don't get to the point where you kill anybody. At best, you'll beat somebody up, and then they'll hit the ground and be like, "Oh, oh, you beat me up. I'm so hurt. Oh, you prick." And honestly, that's about as far as it goes. Like, you don't actually get to the point where you're like, oh my goodness, you kill him. So some of the weapons you get, like I said, is firecrackers is one of the weapons. The next one is the slingshot. And well, come on, Dennis the Menace. That's awesome. That is so cool. You can actually upgrade and get like kind of like better slingshots, but it's like it's so cool to get a slingshot. I think that's kind of neat. We don't see that anymore. Again, something else we never see kids have is a slingshot. I guess that's a good thing. I actually got I got nailed once when I was a kid by another kid way back in the day. But that's another story. Yeah, I got hit in the arm, and I turned I nailed him in the face with a beer bottle. Yeah, I won't get into the stuff I did when I was a kid. God, that's horror stories right there. Okay, so yeah, that's pretty much like you get your firecracker, you get your slingshot. I love it. You get a skateboard. Now, this is the only thing I didn't like, but it has some cool options. You do stuff that back in the like 70s and 80s, and even the 70s, 80s, and 90s, you do something like this on it. You kind of surf, and what surfing is when you grab under, like, I think it's called something else. But the way I remember it was being called was surfing, where you step on a skateboard and grab. And by the way, do not try this at home. If there's any little kids watching this, well, first of all, I'm 18. I think my video is at the higher rating, so you shouldn't be doing this. But yeah, you grab onto the back of a vehicle, and you can actually hold on, and then while the vehicle's driving, on your skateboard, you could go with it. Honestly, this is really a bad idea. In a video game, it's okay, but in real life, another really bad bad idea. I remember a friend doing that, and the car made a quick turn, and he ended up losing his grip and went right off. Oh God, it was brutal. It was like a train wreck. The kid was like mangled from one end to the other, pretty much skidded across the road. Like this car sped up and took a quick turn. Oh, it was bad. Anyway, okay. I'll get back to the game. You get marbles and the ultimate power of marbles, and I always thought that was funny. The Nostalgia Critic mentions them quite a lot. People shouldn't be slipping all over marbles, but in here you get the marbles, and they have the ultimate movie power marbles, where people trip and fall. You got to even watch where you throw them. You get a spray can for tagging, and that's standard kids graffiti. This is a one big gripe in the game. I wish they would have put this. I wish you would have been able to like create your own like spray, like your own graffiti and stuff. That would have been kind of cool, but it's understandable why they didn't do that. You know, and you get like a rocket. You get a rocket launcher, like a one of those, like, firecracker rockets, bottle rockets. That's what they are. Bottle rocket launcher, which and then you get the potato gun. And being beamed with a potato gun, first-hand experience. God, that hurts. I have been hit with a potato gun. It sucks. I wasn't racked like my one friend was, but I was hit with it. We were shooting potatoes with this. My friend had this potato launcher. He shot it at me, and I went to go catch it, and we were all like trying to catch it, and just like, and I went to catch it, and the way it arced, it just nailed me really good. and my friend wasn't paying attention, and my buddy shot it at him, and it hit the ground, and it kind of like the potato bounced up and nailed him in the oh, right in the balls. It was funny, but I digress. It hurts, but yeah, you get that, and these are your general weapons that you get to use in the environment. Honestly, they're pretty benign. Again, compared to like Grand Theft Auto, compared to like Red Dead, compared to some of the other games Rockstar made, they're pretty timid. You get the bikes. Instead of cars, you get bikes, and that's actually kind of fun. You can even get a go kart. You can go to a place called the circus. There's a circus that you can go to, and you actually can play circus games. Which, by the way, the mini games in this phenomenal. They are phenomenal. These are the best mini games I have ever played in a video game so far. The only one that ever came close is Animal Crossing, and that's because Animal Crossing is probably one of the most boring games you'll ever play. God, is that game boring? But yeah, but the mini games in it, like Wario's Woods, and I think they had Balloon Fight. Those were amazing. But the game, God, oh wow, is it boring? Yeah, but no, this game, Bully, amazing, amazing game. Some of the mini games are addictive. Like I sat there at the firing range, just sitting there playing at the firing range. That just sitting there shooting at the firing range, down in the circus all the time. Just sat there and had fun. The other one are the arcade games, and this is another game I used to play a lot. Was the sumo game. Oh man, I'm gonna say it. I may have the top score. Like I should actually like I got so good at I played it for like an hour straight without like this pretty much started an hour and played an hour straight. I probably have the top score for that. I don't think anybody else can say they played it an hour straight and never actually like before I actually finally bit the dust. It was like an hour and 3 minutes. That's how long I played that. And these were just some of the more cooler mini games out there. This the other mini games are the school games, and these are fun. These are totally fun. We actually got to go and do the classes and stuff. Yeah, they're pretty basic, but the Scrabble one I liked and the drawing one I liked. Again, these are similar to other arcade games that in real life that you play, like the whole creating I can't remember what they're called there, where you kind of like take the line and you kind of draw out the picture in blocks. I can't remember what it's called now. I think it's actually called Blocks or something. It's called Block Blast. I think I remember was the arcade game I played of that version. But yeah, those are addictive, and oh man, that's kind of fun. The art class is fun, and the English class is fun. Hard actually a little bit. It's kind of funny. It's technically Scrabble, but it's like I run. I gotta admit, there were a couple times it just gave me a headache. The gym class is fun. Where you get to play dodgeball. That's fun. You know, and these are kind of like really fun games. The job games are fun and Bully. The paper route where you actually get to technically play Paperboy a little bit. The paper route and the lawn mowing missions. Fun. Just overall a fun game that got a bad rap. Now let's get into the things I didn't like. The only real couple things I can actually say about the game I didn't like is really very few and far between. And anybody who's actually been listening to my videos, I'm actually kind of surprised I even get. I think I saw 15 views somewhere, and I'm like, oh wow, that's kind of cool. The only things I didn't like is I would have liked it if you could actually had an association with the. There's these freaks. There's a freak show at the circus, and you see these girls and like cajone twins, and you can't associate with them, and they talk about you, and it's like it's one of the few things I wouldn't mind actually having a conversation, maybe even doing mini quests. That would have been kind of cool. The other real big gripe is there is no Bully 2. I heard there was a Bully 2 coming out, but because there was such a backlash for the first Bully game, they're not going to do a Bully 2. And I think that sucks. Personally, it was an amazing game. Well done, perfect game. Why? Why not do Bully 2? I don't know. I liked it. So there's my little review of Bully. I'm gonna honestly give it a rating of, again, it's gonna be up there with, like, Red Dead, with 7, 8, in between there, 7, 8, even I'd even go as far as saying I'll say an 8.5. It's a great game. Honestly, probably one of my favorites. I can't remember if Rockstar did Destroy All Humans. I think those are also favorites. I'm looking for them right now. I'm hunting for the Destroy All Humans. If I can get my hands on them, I'm gonna go for it. So yeah, so that's this video, and yeah, I'm probably gonna do, like I said, there was Mass Effect to Just Cause. I'm afraid to play Mass Effect 3 just because I heard it was so bad. Okay, I've heard so much ripping on Mass Effect 3, so I'm almost done the games from the pawn shop. There's only a couple more to do, and then I think I might actually do the hate video. Or if people were paying attention to my little videos I did before, I might do a couple other videos that are out there. So we'll see what I'm doing. Alright, guys, have a good one, and I guess I'll talk to you guys later.